hope I'm giving you some Afrofuturist Black Panther vibes. You know, the theme was just purple. So hello, Twist Out Baes. This is Kai Adia. If you're new here, welcome. I wanted to focus mostly on not necessarily analyzing the movie, but more so discussing the impact of Chadwick Boseman. Yes, he recently passed away, and it has been such a hit. The fact that he still somehow lived such a full life, and I think that is inspirational. And during this sad moment, I just want to discuss that. So we're gonna get started, and yeah, let's get into this. I really want to talk about my first experience seeing Black Panther. I mean, the running joke that's just been, you know, just everybody has this joke that, you know, you couldn't just see Black Panther once, and that is definitely true.
Black Panther came, my boys were on 10. Everybody I ran into like, yo, you seen Black Panther? Nah, I ain't seen it yet. You ain't seen Black Panther? You know these white people will give us no more chances. My boys acted like I refuse to go into the Underground Railroad, so you just gonna stay here.
I think my first time seeing Black Panther and seeing Chadwick Boseman, yeah, it was just really, really special. And so I really want to talk about that. So, and as I do that, I'm going to take down my hair. We're going to do the twist out thing, and let's get into it. So the movie came out in 2018, and at that time I was actually a senior in college. I went, college here in California. And so I just remember there was, even before the movie came, when there was so much anticipation for the movie coming out, there was so much also, like, people were excited, but people were also kind of reserved, or at least I could say myself, like, I could feel it in the air when I talked to people that loved comic book movies. We were just like, we hoped that this movie would be it, you know? We knew, like, if this movie flopped, we like, god dang it. And it's sad, we felt like if this movie flopped, there would be no second chance to, like, see a black superhero, but also to see a predominantly black cast leading a film. And this was such a pivotal moment, and it's like Ryan Coogler, Chadwick Boseman, everybody, they really rose to the occasion. But no matter what, I just remember the day we left, there was so much excitement. I went to a PWI, which is a predominantly white school, white institution, and so all the BSUs that were connected to my school, everybody band together. We rolled up to our little college town cinema, and you couldn't see anybody else but BSU students. I just remember it was like evening, and it was just the little courtyard in front of the movie theater called the Lemley. It's like an indie movie theater too. It was just packed. It was packed with students. I remember the BSUs, we had decided, I believe, to get everyone tickets. So nobody necessarily had to buy tickets. We just had to sign up at a good amount of time to RSVP to get a ticket. So that was just a beautiful moment in itself, where we're just, everybody really galvanized around that film. And so we were just like, yeah, nobody needs to worry about a ticket, just put your name on the list. And so, but it was freaking, the night of, it was freaking pandemonium. It was so hard to get through the crowd of other students to get to the theater. But I was with my friend, and she can attest to this, that I was on a mission. I'm like, I'm actually into comics. I don't know about these other fools. I'm actually into this stuff. I'm excited about Marvel. I want to see what Black Panther does next. And so I was just like, we are not waiting in anybody's line. I literally cut to the front. I'm just like, yeah, we're here, me and my friend, like, because I'm like, we are not about to get no effed up seat in this theater. I was not about it. It was such a beautiful communal experience, and I can only attest that other people felt this way too, likely when they went to the movie theater, especially if you were able to go with people of color or black people, because there was just such a buzz of excitement in the air. So the first time seeing the film, I loved it because there were so many of us, my people, in the space, and we were just happy. We were just joyful. We were talking to the screen. We were just, it was a communal experience. But at the same time, I could not hear. There were parts where I couldn't hear what was being said because everybody was so excited. We were talking to the screen. We were like, and so that's why, like, I had to see it multiple times because I could not hear that well, especially the critical parts. Because it's like, I remember the scene where Okoye takes her, she's fighting, she takes that wig off. People were just like they were just bawling, laughing, and they were just so like happy about that moment. The quips in the movie that even Ryan Coogler said he was surprised that the producers let him kind of put in, like the Shuri's like don't sneak up on me, colonizer, like that moment. He was just like, y'all really gonna let me say this kind of stuff? I just remember him saying that in an interview once. And when those things happen, people would just be snapping, people would just be like, yeah, like we just felt seen, and that is something beautiful. Chadwick Boseman, his role as Black Panther, because compared to the previous movies we'd seen him in, Civil War, you know, he was obviously his character wasn't as explored. He's always dignified. I mean, Chadwick Boseman, he always brought an air of dignity to any character he was playing. Like, that was just a given. So Black Panther, he was always dignified. It was so lovely to see Chadwick Boseman embody him, and then, you know, you feel like it was almost like a James Bond kind of vibe, because he's so debonair, and he's just got the swagger in certain scenes, and he just brought, so you could feel the pride he felt at being able to express Afrocentricity as well as Afrofuturism, and just being able to tell a story and walk in the shoes of a king. Like, he did it. And yeah, so that's pretty much how my first watch of Black Panther went. I definitely saw it at school with my friends, and then I saw it again with family, and then I saw it again with family, and but I think we don't even understand how, like, before this video I was thinking to myself, like, oh, Black Panther came out in like 2016 or something, and it's like, no, it didn't. It just came out like 2 years ago. And if you think of that it was not even that long ago, but it had such a cultural impact and cultural shift that I can't help but see the connection between this film having a science fiction edge to it, obviously, and having such an Afrofuturist edge to it, that now it's birthed ideas of obviously having a show like Watchmen, or having a show like Watchmen, having a show like Lovecraft Country, where with just the black representation, having a black and POC actors tell stories that are usually given to their white counterparts. It made such a significant footprint. It's like it laid the groundwork, it laid the blueprint, and it's like it's incredible that Chadwick Boseman gave that. I don't think anyone will be able to say that with the time he had, that he didn't make an impression on society. He very much did. To talk about Black Panther and to talk about Chadwick Boseman, it almost feels kind of full circle, because around that time, after seeing the film, of course, me and my friends, we were just so hyped. We were so elated by it. We couldn't stop talking about it. People couldn't stop analyzing it on campus. There were focus groups, BSU meetings where people just talked about the impact and what it meant, especially the dynamics of the dynamics between Africans and African Americans, and how that just showed up. I mean, definitely nobody was expecting that Killmonger and T'Chaka would be actually cousins, and how it just had this overarching metaphor for the relationship between Africans and us. There's this, yeah, and I don't think many people, and I feel like it became such a critical point of conversation about the misunderstandings we've had of each other. And that is powerful too, because it's like, who would have expected that from a comic book film? And why I say it kind of comes full circle is because after this film came out, it just gave me, I just felt so revved up creatively. My friend was able to get one of the producers of the film, Nate Moore, to come to the school and discuss Black Panther. And after that, I was like, this is so incredible that, you know, he's talked with the actors, he's talked to Ryan Coogler, he's been in discussions with Kendrick Lamar about the music for the film, and just he's helped to create this world that I just felt like my creativity just flare up. And that's when I kind of decided after to create a blog and start blogging. I think we can all draw back or pinpoint a moment in our lives connected to Black Panther, and connected likely to something Chadwick Boseman has done creatively in his life, and that ever-present intention in his work and who he decided to play. And that also kind of brings me into his, like, that brings me into his other films, because one of my other favorites of his, it is 42. I mean, that was kind of his breakout role too. I thought he was phenomenal as Jackie Robinson, like, and that kind of set a chain reaction, or for him to do a lot of more biopics. He created a lane for himself. Like, other people would probably say, oh, you know, actors don't want to be pigeonholed or typecast, but no, there's power in telling and breathing life into his Black historical figures, like James Brown, like Jackie Robinson, like Thurgood Marshall. Who's gonna tell that story but someone who values and acknowledges that history? And I'm glad that Chadwick Boseman decided or felt moved to really do that in his life and in his work. And now we have these treasures that I can share with my future children, or I can definitely share with my nephew and my nieces. Like, when you get old enough, I can't wait for them, and he has already had an impact on their lives, especially with my nephew. My nephew loves Black Panther. My idea for this look was to follow a hair flicks tutorial, which was by Freddie and Quinta of BuzzFeed, or as is when. Yeah, so they did a Bantu Knot tutorial in the style of Black Panther. And if you haven't heard of hair flicks, go watch. They're really cute and creative. And I'm even having an idea that maybe do follow their tutorials more, but this one I'm just gonna play around with, because I love that it was Bantu knots, but they made it futuristic in honor of Black Panther. So I'm gonna try and commemorate that look too. So I'm pretty much done with the Bantu knots, and like I was saying before, I think Chadwick Boseman, to me, he just had this air of like almost old Black Hollywood actors, and you know, you can feel that in his presence, in his walk. He was very proud, he was very prideful. And also there was this beautiful quote he has, and there's two. I shared one on social media. So he's talking about in this quote that, you know, if you take the harder road, if you have the road with failures, at the end of the day, it'll have the most victory, because you've tried so hard, because you're unafraid to face doubt. Yeah, I posted that one, because I just felt that that could resonate with so many people that are striving to do something out here in their lives and to give something to the world. And I just think he did that and he embodied that. But even more importantly, there's his other quote. I'm not sure when he said this quote, and if you know when he said this quote, please put it down in the comment section, because it may have been between his 4-year battle with colon cancer, and maybe he knew something that we obviously didn't know. He says this: "When I stand before God at the end of my life, I would hope that I would not have a single bit of talent left, and I could say I used everything you gave me." It resonates, and I think he fulfilled everything he said in this quote. And I hope that now he is at peace. I hope that now he's no longer suffering. He gave us so much of himself, and that's almost all you could ever really want to do as a person in general. Give your gift to the world. I'm just thankful for it. Okay, so this is how my look turned out. Giving you Bantu knots. I hope you like the Bantu knots. They were inspired by the Hair Flicks Bantu Knot series. Chadwick Boseman will forever be an Afrofuturist king, because forever and always, yeah. And this is a sad time, but at the same time, I think there's no better way to honor someone when they've passed than to celebrate their life and their achievements, and to say, you impacted me, or you brought some joy to my life, and that his movies made an impact. And if you do have a moment like that, please share it. Please share the love. Please celebrate him. Please tell your friends. Please, I'm sure you have already, but please just share it with the world. That is all you can really do right now, and give love to the family. And so, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video, or were able to think of some nostalgic moment yourself that with either Black Panther or anything related to when the movie came out, or one of his other films. If you did enjoy this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.